show me yet. Should be fixed now. Right, so here you have the survey. That should be better. Okay, anyway, that first option is really exciting in my opinion, because it kind of shows they are listening, and that they are not going to just go from Classic to Burning Crusade. First of all, we are most likely getting Burning Crusade, and secondly, we are probably going to have the option to play on both Burning Crusade and Classic, which I think is the right option. So that's a good thing. I really like the first answer here. You can quickly go over the other. So start a brand new character from level 58 on the new Burning Crusade server. I think this is a little bit weird. It sounds a bit like private servers, or certain private servers do it. I don't really like the idea of being able to cheat your way through the first 58 levels and just start from 58. So I definitely don't like this one, but I see why they add it here. I just hope this is not going to be an option, to be honest. And then the third one, start brand new from level 1. So I assume everyone starts brand new from level 1 here. Another option that I really don't like, if I think of why Blizzard would be able to do Burning Crusade better than private servers, one of the reasons is we have an established vanilla server and it can transfer to Burning Crusade, which in my opinion is a good thing, but there are a few things to say about that. So I don't really like the idea to start from 1 and delete. Basically, your vanilla character is not going to be deleted. I guess it's going to stay in the Classic server, but yeah, I want to progress my character, so this one is a bit less interesting. And then the fourth one is kind of the same as the first one, but different take on it. Continue playing my current Classic character on my existing server that will never progress past level 60, with the option to transfer to Burning Crusade server. So while the first one says we transfer everyone to Burning Crusade, and then you can transfer if you desire so to a Classic server, this is the exact opposite thing, where everyone just stays on the Classic server and you have the option to transfer to a new Burning Crusade server. Now I think this one is less optimal, because in the first option you actually keep the community, you keep the server. If you are now in a good server, the community stays the same, so you see the same people on the BC server, you see the same guilds. Your own guild will totally progress to the Burning Crusade server, so it's less likely that your guild will fall apart, which is a good thing. While with this one, I think you'll scatter the community a bit more, because I assume that most people will want to go and play Burning Crusade, and just a minority will stay on Classic. If it was the other way around, I guess, if the majority would stay on Classic, I guess this would be the better option. Now, what this doesn't say, yeah, you have none of the above, obviously, but what this doesn't say is, let's say we have the first or the last here, the fourth option. It assumes a static Classic server, for what I can read between the lines. So I'm not sure if they are actually going to make fresh Classic servers, maybe down the line, but from what this shows, it's more likely that we will end up with Burning Crusade, and then the old Classic will be a static 1.12 max server, I guess, at least in the beginning. Just pure guesswork though. Let's see. Yeah, let me start reading chat, because I didn't really follow here. Starting at, stream was locked. I know, my mistake. Pretty noob streamer I am. Start at 58 is very dumb. Yeah, I agree. It's probably the most dumb out of the options. To be honest, I will go into why option 1 is, by some people's thoughts, not ideal, but in my opinion, this one is really the one. It's how I envisioned it would be. So I don't see a lot of downsides. There are a few though. We'll get into that soon. Lane says it's the wrong option. It will define the community too much. Which option are you talking about? Is that the 58 option? Either commit fully or don't do it at all. Yeah, I guess, but with the first one, I guess we do commit fully. And you still have the option to transfer to Classic. Transfer, if you look at the word transfer, it doesn't say copy, so it's either go BC with this wording or transfer to Classic. So it's either one of those. Andrew, you think they are going to divide the community? I don't think so, to be honest. I think the community is plenty. It's big enough. We have millions of players still. So even if we have like 10,000 or 20,000 people playing Classic and everyone else is playing BC, I don't see a big deal in that. Or if they split up 50-50, I think it's still a healthy community. So I don't think it will be split up. The thing is, we are now on servers too, and we are now split up in a way. The only difference is we all play the same version of Classic. So if you have BC, then I guess you have Classic and BC players, which is, yeah. I don't really see that as a big problem, honestly. Why would more than one option be bad? What do you mean? You wouldn't like to have Classic servers and BC servers, Andrew? Because to me it seems it's kind of necessary to have a Classic version, even if you have BC. If they wouldn't have a Classic version, then people who don't want to play BC will just go and play private version instead. Yeah, I guess so. It's probably a financial survey, but it's an interesting one because it basically confirms Classic Burning Crusade. So yeah, I think so. Four versions. Well, from what I read, it's only 3 versions. Then we have Retail, Classic on a static server, from what I read here, and we have BC. Honestly, I would rather have, if I would have it 100% my way, I would like to see a fresh Classic servers and the old Classic servers. Those we have just fully progress to Burning Crusade. And without any option to keep your character at 60, just progress them all and make new fresh Classic servers. So you have 3 options: fresh Classic, fresh with your old character, BC, and then Retail. Oh, they can delete Retail if it went my way, but they will not do that. So yeah, you will always end up with a number of versions. There's not much you can do about it. And if we go to Red later, there will be even more versions. But like I say, I don't really think it's a problem really. Does it matter if they divide it? If like 1 million players are divided by in 4 versions, I don't see the problem then. What would be interesting is if you click none of the above, that you could add your own ID, because now they don't know what the majority probably wants if they have better ID. I would really like to have this survey in my inbox, but I checked and I don't have it yet. If there's anyone who wants to say something in chat, we can do some live chat on stream. just one by one, so it doesn't get a mess. If you want it, just say something in chat, and I add you in in a streaming channel. Add drill. Okay. If everyone else would be so kind to not join streaming one, otherwise I will probably have to lock it, but that's a bit annoying. Hi, Andril.
It's not Andrew, it's Azura. Azura, just
Sorry,
keep quiet.
I had an A.
Yeah.
Hi, Andril.
Hello, hello, and hello, everybody. Well, this is really, really, I don't know, discouraging for me.
Why? You don't like
Uh,
TBC?
no, not really that I don't like TBC. I just don't like the versions that they offer. Like, okay, if they want to keep TBC and if they want to keep vanilla, by all means, do it because it's probably how they're gonna have a lot more player base at it. But if you offer them a lot more versions and a lot more servers, they're just gonna divide the populations into multiple different kind of servers, where people after a certain amount of time, like probably even a few weeks or a month, they will probably burn out, and we're gonna have four versions of the game with lesser people in like a month. That's what I'm the most afraid of what they're doing right now with the survey.
But what would be your ideal way to progress then?
Uh, in my opinion, just have two versions, just classic and TBC, and always and just keep one version of the server. You know, like have only one version of the option installed, like either transferring your progressing from level one or progress. Just make the whole version for everybody, so it'd be fair for those that don't both want to start TBC and playing TBC, and for those that want to keep just playing classic.
But isn't that version 1 then? Isn't that option 1? Continue playing,
Uh,
and you have the
yeah,
option
but
to
with
transfer.
yeah, with the option to transfer to as it progress, with the option to transfer to a classic server that will not never progress past level 60. Why would you do that in the first place? I mean, why? The first question would be why. Why would you do that?
Yeah,
Why would you go?
I don't see why either. That's why I say just delete that part and make it transfer. Well, not even transfer. Just open fresh classic servers. Don't transfer anything and make everyone go to BC with their vanilla character.
Yeah, I agree on that regard, but I still like I don't understand their option and how will they actually implement it, because how long will I be eligible? I mean, if I'm gonna go through all the content of TBC, let's say I'm gonna go up until Sunwell, right? And I'm doing it. Will after my 2 years spending on TBC, will I still be able to go back and downgrade to classic? Well, not necessarily downgrade, but downgrade all my stats and everything and moving back to classic. Will that be a possibility? It's all a matter of how they put it, because
Mm-hmm.
you know I don't see it as a I really don't see it as a viable option.
Yeah, what you say that's indeed. What if you start leveling into BC and you then think, oh well, I don't like this, I want to transfer to classic? That should not be possible. And like it's being said in chat too, it doesn't seem like they want to do a fresh classic. What do you think about that?
They what you're meaning your point on not wanting them to have a fresh start
Yes.
for it.
Yeah. So
It's only
yeah,
it's
go.
only normal, man. It's only normal from my point of view. It's only normal. Like if you want to play TBC, just play with the class that you're currently playing. If you want to play TBC, they're probably gonna roll out new servers for a TBC where nobody has a level 60 yet, and probably not having the option of making one transferring one from your current realm. You know, not to have that upper edge. Just have a fresh server for the people that want to play TBC from level one, going through classic and then progressing into TBC. That's something viable.
Mm-hmm.
But in my opinion, how I would experience it and how I would play it is just normally, man. On my server, just playing, and TBC is released just like they did back in vanilla. When TBC is released, you have the pre quest and pre patch, and you just experience the TBC on your current server. That's how I see it normally.
I think
People might
that's
agree or
how I see.
disagree.
Nah, I think many people disagree. Many people agree with that. So it's basically option one, but just delete that option to transfer to a classic server. Just,
Exactly.
but I would add and make a new fresh classic server, so people can just make a new character
Yes.
if they want to. Um,
It's all about the numbers with the survey right now, because Blizzard is run by Activision. It's a full corporate mind right now, and they're all talking about, they're only considering about revenue, right? And what brings them more revenue? Well, let's ask them. And right now with this survey, we're providing them the answer. I just hope that I just, in my opinion, this survey would have been done a lot better. And what they did right now with the survey, it really describes that they don't care about the player base and the community overall. In their opinion, they just want to know, what do we think and how will they further increase their revenue from us.
why do you say that though? Because the survey kinda shows they care a little bit about what we think though.
It's really objective. It doesn't tell you more pointers on how they're gonna do. You might have all the versions there, or you might have none. You might not even have a TBC. They haven't initially officially announced it yet. So
That's
that's
true,
my
but
my that's my fear. It's my point of view, and I think that they'll probably, I don't know, they'll probably use more versions than the ones that we're gonna have, that we've seen in the survey.
I think it's a good start though. Asking the community is always a good thing, and this definitely hints towards Burning Crusade at least. So, for
Yeah.
which I'm really hyped for, by the way. But yeah, just some of the things that are on the survey, I feel they are really strange. Like the level 58 start, didn't see that coming, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, start a brand new character from a level 58 on a new Burning Crusade server. It's basically what they're doing on retail.
Yeah,
Like,
it's free a free boost basically, which is something I don't
yeah,
think anyone has
exactly.
been asking for in the classic community.
I mean, all the people that are being back in classic. Well, I've seen like an age generation gap as well. You got the people that used to play vanilla, and they were very much raised with it, and they know what it's all about. And then you got the new players, which never played vanilla. They only know about what other people told them. Like, it was hard. It wasn't that hard. You just didn't have the necessary tools to get better. You didn't have YouTube. You didn't have logs. You didn't have forum specialization for your class and system. It was a lot harder because you didn't have access to those tools. Nobody knew that a warrior can DPS also, but they can also tank and stuff like that. It's kind of like the game it was. The community was different. It was more helpful and stuff like that. That's why the community in Classic are not as toxic as the retail ones. And that's, you can see that age difference, that generation gap. And I'm afraid that if they do that, if they start doing that, you're gonna have different types of community people and different types of just splitting, and they're creating a breach that probably won't, we won't be interacting anymore with each other.
Let's go a little bit deeper into that first option because I saw some people in guild chat talking about it, how it's good or how it's bad. So one of the concerns is that if people just progress from classic to BC, you bring all your gold and all the materials you gathered. So basically, you can buy a lot of the gear from craftables, which is best in slot for a long time in the Burning Crusade. Is that a potential issue, or is that like a minor thing you think?
I, I don't see it as well. I don't see it as an issue because you still require high-end reagents for that, right?
Yeah, yeah. So you still have to farm those.
Exactly. You still have to farm those, and it's not necessary. And in TBC, some of them, most of them, were like the high-end things that you needed were still bind and pickup. So you still needed to do that, or to have that profession. I don't see it as necessarily as being boosted, even though you have a lot of gold. And another thing that's probably will happen, I don't know if the token is going to be implemented or not, but it's going to have a huge toll on that. And I'm actually pretty surprised that they haven't actually added a survey by now with the token for classic servers on EU
I
and
don't
A.
think they are going to do that, but if they would implement a token, then this whole discussion is for nothing. I mean, then you can do whatever and it wouldn't matter. But um, I think honestly, Burning Crusade, the gold, it's how do you put that in English? Um, it's worthless. What's the good word for that? Gold is worthless. Let's put it that way. So when you level from 60 to 70, you gain like 5k gold. Is it something like that?
Around there, yeah,
So
pretty
at
much, if I
least you
remember it.
gain a lot of gold. I don't remember the exact number, but it's a lot of gold. And for me personally, back in the day, it was way more gold than I ever had in vanilla. And nowadays, of course, we play more um, bin max style, and we know where to get gold and stuff, and which things to buy from the auction house. So I guess the average gold per person is probably a little bit higher, but I don't think many people will actually go to the Burning Crusade with, let's say, 10k plus gold or really insane amounts of golds like 100k. I think that's really a minority of people. So I would say the impact of that is going to be minor. You really need to have like at least 5k gold to have somewhat of an impact, and even then, if you level a character from 60 to 70, you gain that amount of gold. Um, so, or maybe it's only 2 or 3k, I can't remember, but at least it's a few k gold that you gain from leveling. So, is the impact really that big? I don't know. Could be. Couldn't tell.
Yeah, at some point, let's if you want to analyze and you want to go this deep, try and do a comparison. Like imagine it's just an imagination exercise right now. Think about classic as it is right now. Classic is not what vanilla used to be. Not because it started with 1.12, not because of the patches and the phases and the releases and stuff like that, but just because of the community. Because you got a lot of people that are min maxing, you got a lot of people that are doing speed runs, and you got a lot of people that are trying to be better just by a small margin. That's what min maxing does. And I think back in the days, you didn't have that. In TBC, people didn't know about that, or most of the player base, probably 90% or more, didn't know about that. And when you talk about TBC and Classic, you talk about different eras when you didn't have all the tools necessary to become like a better. You didn't know about min maxing. You didn't know that you need that enchant instead of the other. You didn't take in account that you need 12 more attack power instead of just 6. And that's being said, people are just gonna like speed run everything, and they already know what they're gonna have to do, and they're gonna take care of their gold and spend it like they are supposed to. And I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen with more than 50% of the player base if TBC is gonna be released.
Mm-hmm.
So the gold will be probably spent on their mains, very calculated, and they know what to get, when to get, and that's probably how it's gonna be. Let's remember that the amount of gold that you actually will make when you quest, while you quest, it's gonna be costing you the epic speed mount. So
Yeah, true, true. But if you bring 5k, you still have that advantage, obviously. Um, but I really think it's going to be a minority with those amounts of gold. I think we oftentimes forget that a lot of players are still not raiding, and even those raiding are not raiding regularly or have tons of gold or play the action house or whatever, or don't even have an epic mount. You don't think so?
that was Draymond coughing.
Oh. Well, not everyone is like you, Draymond, so I know you have plenty of gold, but I think many people don't have that. You want to say something on that, Raymond?
Uh, but I mean, I'm in a month maybe. I'll probably get around 500 gold every 5 days or so. So
Yeah, but
gold
you're a
won't be a
special
non-issue.
case, so
Like Draymond is part of the people, like I don't know, probably the 1% people or the 2% people. I don't know, probably even more. Draymond is very organized, and if in the game, if you're very organized and like if you're in real life, you're gonna have not really, but you're gonna be seen. You're gonna rip the rewards at some point, right? Like you're gonna probably sit. You can even like if it's gonna be in a year the TBC release, and if you're an organized person and and you take advantage of the tools provided by the community, and you know what to do with the classes and stuff like that. Not only that you will have this gear on all of them, you will have also the gold necessary that you will have to spend in TBC, and you can gear up more characters, more specs. But let's take into account that PvP is gonna be quite different in TBC as well. So that's when something is gonna we'll see. Because in TBC you're gonna have a little bit more divided in the community. You're gonna have more people prone to PvP than PvE.
You say people like Draymond are like 1 or 2%. I feel like it's more like 1 or 2 on the server that organize themselves so good that they have that amount of gold income. So I to be honest, if you put that amount of work in it, then I feel like you kind of deserve the advantage in BC. But I might be wrong though, so we should definitely we still have some time to look into this matter.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong, because if you put that much effort into it, like let's compare that what Draymond is doing right now, and he has like multiple characters, pre-bis, bis on them, a lot of gold, being very organized, knowing whenever he has to do what he has to do in order to profit. And I'm not talking about only the gold, like time is money, even when you consider like you need to improve and getting better gear. But taking consideration what the ranking system is in Classic, you have to commit so hard to get that rank 14 in Classic right now that it's basically the same thing what Draymond's doing if you're committed. So I think that if TBC comes, players like Draymond should be rewarded when TBC comes, because they spent that time. Nobody else did. And people who will just probably be a little bit hateful towards those kind of players should probably reflect their thoughts a little bit and just try and be more open-minded when it comes to people putting effort. Yeah, I know, like rank 14 is given to those that are grinding every day, like 18 hours per day. Granted, probably Blizzard did, I don't know, I'm not saying a mistake is probably a hard word, but they should have probably evaluate and did things differently. But that was a system from 15 years ago, and you wanted Classic, they give you Classic untouched. So it's basically what it was 15 years ago. But I'm saying that this is a game where if you put your time and you get involved into it, it's rewarding.
That's how it's supposed to be for an MMO, in my opinion. That's what retail does wrong. But let's look into one of the things retail does wrong. Let's look into what could we do to solve that potential problem of all that gold. I read that, for example, you could cap the amount of gold a character can bring. I can see potential issues with just buying a couple of items that are still worth something in BC and then cheat that gold cap that way. But what do you do with all the gold? It would feel really unfair if you put that amount of time and effort in getting, let's say, 100k gold, so you're prepared for the Burning Crusade, and then they say, okay, you can only transfer 1k now. I think that would feel bad, man. So I don't really see them doing that.
All I can say is that wouldn't be rewarding for the players that did that. And if I was one of those players, I would be a little bit pissed, a little bit, because not only they are not acknowledging me my reward and my time spent in the game, and not only they are not rewarding me, but they're also penalizing me because I've invested more time and I've been more organized in the game than other people. So I'm not doing that. I'm not an organized guy. I always spend my goal. I never do anything like that. I'm playing golds and I'm gearing them up with what I have in instances. I'm not gonna do that. I want to play the game because I enjoy it. I don't want to be organized and have it like a, I don't know, in real life situation or organization for me.
Well,
so
what do you think the amount of gold would be at the end of vanilla for you?
it really depends, because if I want to, it really depends on what your goals are. For me, if I'm gonna see vanilla end of vanilla, I'm probably gonna have 3 characters tops level 60 with everything on them. And in the time frame, let's say 1 year from now, they're probably gonna announce or release the pre-patch for TBC, sitting somewhere around, I don't know, and that's big, 10K, 12K on all 3 characters, because you don't need more.
Hmm.
If you want to stack up for TBC, because in TBC I'm gonna have the same mentality. I'm gonna farm my own stuff. I'm gonna use my own stuff. I'm gonna use my own professions. I rarely just buy something, because
But again,
I want to enjoy the game.
I think we can consider ourselves rather hardcore players in a way, even if we're not really hardcore rating and stuff. We still rate twice a week. We do stuff in the game. We're online quite a lot, so I think many people won't ever hit the 1K gold by the end of vanilla. So I think it's really a minor problem, but as I said, I might be totally wrong here. It's something hard to predict. Yeah.
Well, we're not hardcore players, that's for sure.
Well, in a way we are. I think if you look at the average player, the average player is not going to have 3 level 60 characters, and they're definitely not going to have 12k gold by the end. They will probably not even make it to the end, but if they do, they will have less. If I look to myself, before this remake of Vanilla WoW, I was always very, very poor in all of the expansions. I always spent the gold, and I didn't grind a lot. And yeah, basically, I never really had gold to buy what I wanted. I always spent everything immediately. So I think many players are like that, honestly.
Probably. I don't disagree, but right now you have to take in consideration that a lot of people know what they're doing in the game. And I really think, and this is just my opinion, what I told you that my end goal would be probably to have 3 level 60s and with around 12k gold on all of them. Every one of them being geared and with full high end epics. I think that's going to be the average, Dunedain. I really think that's going to be the average.
So if that's the
That
case,
yeah.
yeah, then maybe they should prune it a little bit. But I don't know.
Just look at how the service of transfer character between realms went. It went from a possibility of transferring, so you didn't have to be in a guild. Your guild, your bank would have been transferred with you, but I don't remember this for sure because I didn't do that much realm transfer back in TBC. But in TBC, I think if you wanted to transfer, I think it was with 5k. I think it was the top goal that you could have transferred with.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I think there is
Wrath of the
indeed.
Lich
Yeah.
King. Yeah, Wrath of the Lich King was again that amount. Then in Cataclysm, I think they upped to 50k, if I'm not mistaken. There was a 50k top, and at some point it was either 500k or they removed it altogether. I don't remember, but that was really late. I think it was Legion, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're looking at a pattern, if they're gonna give us like an option, probably it's gonna be around 5k, probably.
Which is still a reasonable thing to do, but if they would do something like that, I think it would be decent of them to let us know a little bit in before we actually get there, so people don't stack up on gold and don't spend hours and hours and hours to get 1k gold, 100k gold or something like that, and then they have to leave it all behind. That would be awful. But I can get behind the option of gold capping or just go with the character as is. But 100% sure the first option would, well, the part after the comma is a bit strange, but the first part definitely is the thing I would pick if I had this survey. I don't have it in my mailbox.
Oh
Come on,
yeah, I'm
Wizard,
reading chat
send
right
it
now,
around.
and I agree with Zero, what he said. And yeah, Bay, I think yeah, it was 2.5. I don't really remember. I don't remember that much. It was like 12 years, 15 years ago. So
Yeah, the exact amount doesn't really matter that much. I think if they cap it, it should be something around that 2.5 to 5k. 2.5 is reasonable. 5k is reasonable.
in terms of what I would choose, because I heard Dunedain would choose probably one, I would choose none of the above. And as my comment would be exactly option one, but with nothing over the coma.
Yeah,
So
with
not having,
fresh
yeah,
classic maybe or not.
yeah, just not just having the server, like having the server, having this server, Bloodfang, our server, just being upgraded to TBC one, and we start from there, and then you have other servers opening for like fresh TBC servers, and of course, players wanted classic, right? Then some players stay on classic, and some players just open up new classic realms, and for people that want to start all over again, fresh again.
I think we should really emphasize the point that only the first option is the only of the options where your current community, your current server stays together. So if you plan to stay with your guild and if you like playing with people on your server, this is actually the only option. All other start new communities, start new servers, which I don't like really.
Yes, I agree there. It basically spoon feeds you, because if you like, what's classic about? Why was everybody hyped about classic? Why was TBC and classic in so much high regard? Because of the community itself. Because it was one of the MMO that broke the ice, and it was something that brought people together. I mean, I know players who married each other. You got a good example in your own guild, Dunedain, and that happened back in those days.
It's true.
I mean, it's really something about, and people will probably say, yeah, nostalgia and stuff like that, boomer, whatever. It doesn't really matter. All that matters was the community back then, and I freaking love, even right now, the community in classic. I love it, even though you have young people that want to min max everything. They are being like stopped a little bit by our attitude, the people that were playing vanilla back in the days, and just trying to enjoy the game a little bit, like stop and smell the flowers, something like that, because that's min-maxing, and speedruns are not all that this game can offer you. And you and GMA with Cargos and everybody and all of the other content creators, you guys are showing that to us, and I really like that, because you offer us so many solutions and so many, I don't know, options in the game. It really is fantastic, and this game has a lot to offer.
Speaking of options, tomorrow is the Hardcore Cup. I'm actually interested in trying it. So if you're interested, just
No, I don't think I need to get the level
if
up
anyone's
faster.
interested, I have the Discord link, so I can link it to you if you want to.
I think you can make an announcement on your Discord, so everybody would know.
We'll do that.
Tell them that they receive rewards as well. Probably people will attend.
True. It's a bit of a funny hour though for Europe.
I know.
We'll manage. Anyway, the Burning Crusade is kind of confirmed, I think, reading the survey. So I think now is the time to start asking for what we really want from Burning Crusade. And I think the main part here is we don't want them to make, or at least I do, I don't want them to make the same mistakes as they made with Classic Vanilla WoW. So I would really like them to update it more like it was a live game and look how the meta evolves and buff certain things or nerf certain things, but still stay in or keep the spirit of Burning Crusade around. It's kind of, you put a lot of faith in the hands of the developer team, which is hard thing to do nowadays, I guess. But if there's one development team, if I may believe the boys from GMA, that's worth having faith in, and it's probably this one. So I would really like to see them handle the game more like it's a new live game and keep the meta fresh and stay on top of the meta rather than having it go in a nerfed version as they did now with Classic WoW. That's an whole other another whole other discussion though. I read that some people would like to have fresh vanilla servers rather than TBC servers. I wouldn't say
And
no to fresh vanilla, but
they're probably gonna get it. They will get it 100% because some people want it only classic, and they're not gonna be idiots because that's how they're gonna keep their. And if they do it progressively again, releasing it in phases, they're probably gonna keep some of the players on classic there because it's all about what people wanted, and people wanted classic. You have classic. Now people are shouting out to TBC. There was a little small talk about Classic Plus. You're gonna get TBC 100%. You're probably gonna get it, but they have to accommodate the people, and the player base that wanted vanilla as well. So
so
I
someone in chat on YouTube asks where you find the survey. Well, right now I just found it on Twitter, but you can get it in your mailbox. Apparently, some people of the guild got it in their mailbox. I didn't, and I think that's the only way to get the survey right now.
yeah,
So,
a lot of I'm reading the comments, and there are a lot of split opinions. So
yeah, it's normal. It's normal, but
what I
yeah.
like the most is that most of the comments are with emphasizing the fact that TBC is coming out. So either they like it or they're very surprised, which is very good. You know, not a lot of negativity, which is very good. But you know how it's gonna go with stuff like this.
As long as we keep it constructive, there's always hope. People at Blizzard listen to what we say. I think they actually sometimes listen to the bigger podcasts like GMA. I hope they do. I think they do. People tell they do. So let's see.
You guys got your handful, and too bad it's gonna be only next Thursday, the next GMA. I think you guys can probably talk a little bit tomorrow on the contest, on the leveling contest.
Yeah,
Probably talk
yeah,
about
that's a good idea. I don't know how it's going to be in practice. I never watched the previous hardcore challenge, but I'm really interested in how it's going to be just for the whole event, not so the hardcore leveling, because I don't well. I think it's just interesting to take part in a cup, but the hardcore leveling in itself is not something I really think is special or something. But I might be wrong. I didn't really do it. When
it has its
sorry.
Yeah.
No, well, when I saw Grace for Days delete his 39 druid.
Oh man. You see there that was an example of passion, man. You know, not only that he was apart from the fact that he's a streamer and a content creator, like he made his challenge. Yeah, he knew about that. He made his challenge. He took this choice, and every time you did something, you pulled a mob, you did a quest, it was that risk, man. And he did a beautiful risk, and well, he died, but he actually made me want to do this challenge. I want to, like, for instance, tomorrow or whenever I'm done with what I have to do right now this week in WoW, I want next week to just make a fresh character and do the Iron Man challenge. I really want to do it because I find it really appealing, and it would keep me on my tiptoes. It's something that you can actually do, or try different specs, or try
I don't
it's
like the
something.
deleting part though, which is kind of the point, I guess.
Yeah, but that's the point, you know.
Nah, for me the point is you play slower, you actually experience the game as it's a more wholesome experience, I think. And the deleting part is that's the part I don't like, but that forces you into playing slower and forces you into using professions and stuff.
And probably another thing why I'm a bit reluctant on those, and going back to the survey,
Yeah.
on those options is if, like, for instance, take an account our guild, right? So it's your guild, you have the fellowship, and you got certain players in it, right? You got like probably around 70 players, socials, raiders included, everybody's included, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good community, and probably if people that are watching right now, I swear I'm not trying to make anything up, or life is pink and stuff like that. No, the atmosphere in the guild is really really good, and we like each other and we talk with each other. We are constantly socializing and we are doing in-game stuff together. If an option like that comes, people will be probably put to the test because you will have to choose either State to Classic or TBC. And I guarantee you, Dunedain, from 70 players, I don't think that all of them will choose just one side just because of the fellowship. Because now it comes to some players having to like Classic more and they're going to stay on Classic, and other people will just have to go with TBC because they like TBC more. So this is a rip, you know. It's if Blizzard doesn't give us like the full on hand, like your server is going to progress to TBC starting from a date, you know, next year.
Mm-hmm.
And if they give us the options to just transfer and play certain or other options of the game, then probably, and this is most likely going to happen in every guild, they're probably going to be split apart with the decision.
So yeah, it's another reason to vote for the first one, I guess, or none of the above. But there's no option to give your own opinion, which is annoying.
Oh, but someone said that you can, if you chose none of the above, you can.
Oh, you can
write your thoughts.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's what I heard.
Okay,
I don't know
then
if it's
that's the one to vote on.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to BC, man. I really do. I was hyped already. I saw hints everywhere, like in Hearthstone, the expansion, and now you have the actual survey. So I like it, man.
You were so hyped when Hearthstone was out. Like it was like 4 or 5 days ago, and you were like, yeah, the new hints came out because we already know that TBC is out because the new expansion is gonna be
It's
TBC
true.
based.
It's true, though.
Yeah, you were so hyped, man. I mean,
I
it
didn't
was
play
fantastic.
Hearthstone for ages, for 3 years or whatever, and today I've been playing Hearthstone for a couple of hours just because it's a Burning Crusade expansion, I guess. No, I mean probably because of Corona, I have some time, but still, it's pretty cool.
It,
Yeah, okay. I think there's not much more to say about the survey, but
we
cool.
just have to wait and
Good
see
news.
what it's gonna be developing in the later days. Because right now it's gonna be a big hype, and we need to check the forums, all the forums, because I'm really curious on everybody's opinion, on all the gamers' opinion.
I think it's important to voice your opinion, and as long as you do it constructively, we should be all right. And yeah, we'll see. We can only have a little faith, I guess. If you're watching the stream, by the way, I would really, really appreciate it if you would follow or like on YouTube if you're on YouTube, or on both, it would be ideal. If you didn't do it yet already, obviously. Thanks,
This
Saro.
guy is offering content and he's offering really constructive opinions, and he's one of the best player base people to voice out your concerns and everything. And he's one of the
Holy shit,
no,
Andrew.
really, I really like, and I really like the fact that you have no fear in voicing your concerns in GMA as well, even though the other people won't share your opinion. And you really are a voice from our gaming community, and we appreciate that. And I hope everybody follows you and likes your YouTube.
Thank you. I think I'm a little bit starting to blush. But okay, yeah. And the viewer count went up while you were saying that, so that's amazing, man. Okay, I think I'm going to play some World of Warcraft, maybe. I want to say Age of Mythology, but this shouts play World of Warcraft, so I'm going to do that for, let's say, 1 more hour, and then probably go to sleep. Thanks for joining in, Andril. It has been a nice talk.
Anytime.
Gonna change a few things on the stream and see. I'm not really good with the Streamlabs thing. It also changes every few months, and then every button changed, and I can't find anything. It's annoying, but
it's a learning curve, and you're gonna get it. Trust me.
I guess so.
It's not hard.
You can see WoW now on screen.
Yeah, I can see WoW. You still have the watermark Dunedain, and you still have the YouTube chat.
Let's remove that chat box.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. So, leveling rogue or hunter? That's a question now. Let's go with Let's go with Hunter. No. Yeah, let's go with Hunter. I've been enjoying my rogue lately.
I mean, if you want rogue, I can tank Deadmines for you.
I did Dead Mines today. What I want to do
Ah.
actually is stockades on my Hunter. But
Stockades on your Hunter.
yeah, it's really boring, I know.
Yeah, but not really boring. It's the fact that you're too high level, but...
And that, yeah. But I have a few quests there which are probably all green. But still, it's easy quests.
So you want to solo it or what? Like an Iron Man challenge Dunedain version. Level 29 Hunter going in stockades soloing.
Hunter is pretty OP, but it still can't solo stockades at level 29. Let's see. Is there anyone in the guild who's interested?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do stockades with you if you want. Just invite
We
my
need
warrior.
more though. What level and what class are you?
22 warrior.
Mm,
I mean, I could come on my 32 mage, but that's an overkill.
let's see. We could have you as a warrior. We can have Slip as a rogue. Then we still need a healer though.
Yeah, gonna get one.
I don't think we are. It's only 5 people online. It's 1 a.m. What a time to stream. Maybe I should just go level out in the open world a little bit.
Or that.
Okay, where to go though? So that's the thing, if you switch between characters, you forget kinda where you were questing.
Just open the... Oh wait, you don't have any questing add-ons, do you?
Ah, no, I don't.
The full classic experience, man. Yeah, that's what I
Indeed.
enjoy about it.
Now I tried out that classic WoW.'s live leveling guide. But yeah, maybe I
You can
should
just...
put that up.
You know, there are multiple add-ons which just show you when you open the map. It just... Yeah, exactly. Azura says Questy. Questy is one of them, just one of them. And I'm not saying
I know
it's,
them. I used Questy long time ago, but
okay.
it's something I really dislike.
It is true, yeah.
Questy, one of the things in retail that's really not fun at all is the questing, and it's also because you just go through the world, but you don't know at all where you are in the world, and you have no clue what zone you're in. You don't know where to go. You just follow arrows, and that's basically all you do.
No, that's not Questy. It's not Questy. That's another one.
No, that's retail. That's just retail.
Oh, you were talking about retail. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. My bad.
So, well, and if you add an add-on like Questy, then you basically do that again. I should probably go to Darkshire. A few quests are... I'm a little bit too high though.
The last quests in Duskwood are really high. They're like 29 to 31, 32 if I'm not mistaken. And elite quests are well, Morladim is level 34 or 35. Morbinfell is level 33. So yeah.
I think I can just skip stockades. It's not a fun dungeon anyway.
If I was a bit higher on my warrior, I think we could have gotten a party for Nomergun.
Ezra is a big Questy fan, it seems. I used to not like streaming on Twitch as much, but now I actually tried it out. The quality is indeed better. Didn't know that.
A lot better optimized, that's for sure.
On YouTube I usually get more viewers, but now I don't know why. Is that because I do something wrong with Streamlabs? Does it actually pop up on phones, or does it not? if the stream starts?
Yeah. Well, for me, it does pop up.
Oh, it does. Okay, that's good. Maybe it's because it's 1 a.m. Usually, I don't get a lot of viewers, but at least I have like 8 or 10 on YouTube, and now it doesn't
Maybe
seem to
you're
go up.
addressing to the wrong population, didn't I?
I might be.
I mean, look at me. You got me, Bay, Azura, Kedwin, Sleep. We're night owls, you know, and we enjoy the game. And in all honesty, man, if we weren't in this guild and have so many night owls, I mean, I think I would have gone crazy. I don't know what I would have done. That's one plus for me. And from all honesty, I'll tell you that the reason why I stick with this game is just because of the community and mostly because of the guild. Because you got so much and so grateful and wonderful people which you can play with. And I'm not saying only the guild, but the community as a whole. You know,
Yeah, it's true.
I'm gonna emphasize that every time.
It's true.
Yeah,
The
I
game
agree
offers
with
you the
Martin.
option to do it like this, though, and that's something I really like in Classic.
Explain is here. He's another night owl as well.
I usually, well, if I have to work, I can't really do it like this. But now, yeah, I don't have to work, so I can stream in late hours. A couple of years ago, I usually played a lot in the late evening, and I find it really relaxing, to be honest. There's nothing you need to do anymore. Everything is done for the day. All you need to do is just relax and game a little. It's amazing.
You need something?
Okay, let me concentrate a little bit on this questing. It's not easy. Multitasking and stuff.
Making Darkshire your home is really, really. It's taking your toll. It's taking its toll.
Is there anything left here? No. Let's see. Legend of Stalvan.
Nice chain quest. Yeah, and the chain quest again. What I love in Classic and in TBC as well, the chain quest, man. Even though it takes you like continent to another one and a lot of talking back and forth and stuff like that, it was still epic. The chain quest was still epic, like this one, the Legend of Stalvan, or the Missing Diplomat. And I'm talking only Alliance side. Sorry, I didn't play Horde in vanilla. I heard that there are nice chain quests for Horde as well, but haven't had the chance to play it.
The Muddy Page Commander Ebonlock. But shouldn't be in this town? Or is he fighting now?
Oh yeah, you need to kill that. You need to help them kill that.
But
What can I do for you?
I don't want to die. Oh, it's Slip. Hi, Slip.
He streams snipping.
Yes. Go pit. Oh.
Snipe.
So there's an issue. If you play a rogue and a hunter, the attack of the pit and what's it called? The stealth. I have them on the same hotkey, but they are actually a different button. So that you cannot fix that thing. So I always have to change it in the menu. Pet action bar. Pet action. So for the hunter, it's pet action button 1 that I want on alt 1, and for the rogue, it's special action button 1 that I want on alt 1. So first world problems, I guess. But still.
Hello.
The Night Watch. Is that a great quest now?
Farewell.
Cool. Okay, what's next? Legend of Stalvan.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
You see why I level so slowly.
To you.
Have you never done quests in Duskwood at all?
I
Right
usually...
now with no, and the hunter.
Why?
I don't know. I'm asking. It's the first time you're going on the hunter here, or have you done quests on him?
I did a few, I think.
Okay.
Not a lot. there's something in here. The thing is, I never really like Duskwood because it's dark and stuff. Don't like that. So I try to skip as much as I can in Duskwood.
Need help? Be careful. Hey there. Have a good one.
Good. What's next? Oh, it's red already. Okay, let's go kill some stuff.
Finally, some action.
It's action stream. That's WoW for you. It's usually walking around. It's fine, sleep, doesn't matter. Hunter, especially on level 29, can solo most things, I think, in Duskwood. So let's do the Working in the Woods quest.
It's a hunter. You're gonna be so easy with it.
Sometimes I think it's a little bit too easy though, which is why I prefer playing on the rogue lately.
Granted, hunter is one of the easiest classes to level up. I'm not saying it isn't, but in all honesty, rogue is one of the easiest classes to level up as well.
I disagree on that, but it's probably because I'm a new rogue.
No, no. You're not a noob rogue. Like for instance, taking account that everybody's QQing and everybody's saying, "Wow, warrior is the most difficult class to level." Sure, exactly as rogue, they get a slow start because until you get deep into a specialization and until you have like a decent stats, yes, it's gonna be hard. But once you get like level 30 something, 30 plus, it's actually gonna become easier at grinding the mobs. And it's actually easy. Like for example, a a level 40 rogue, which is, it doesn't matter if it's dagger or swords, but usually swords. If you go combat, because you should probably go combat at that point, you can like melt down 5 mobs at a time at around your level because of adrenaline rush and blade fury.
I'm leveling. I have 2 talents in combat and everything else in assassination. Not because it's the best, but because I kind of enjoy them more right now.
Everybody's choice.
But is there actually a reason to run around on low levels with double sword or double dagger? Because right now I have a sword in main and a dagger in offhand, so I can still backstep.
If you are not going deep combat and choosing a spec like a sword spec, mace spec, or dagger spec, you can use whatever you want in your
I thought
hands.
so. So it's actually beneficial to have a dagger so you can backstep.
Yes, in my opinion, I think up until level 35 or actually close to 40, you should probably go deep subtlety and just have an ambush spec because you can clear mobs faster one at a time. And when you hit level 40, you're just gonna go combat swords because it's so much better.
Am I actually?
Yeah,
dying
you're probably gonna die. Do you have your trap? Trap him.
I can't.
Oh, you don't have mana.
Well, not only that, I'm in combat.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Jesus. Taunt. Oh no. Oh.
There you go. You have to delete your character. I'm gonna tell Cargos.
Well, good thing it's late night. Hunter are so easy, man. That's why I prefer rogue.
Channel, I could not be you. Do bad fucking mistakes.
What?
Did.
What?
Don't
Did.
curse.
I cannot curse, sorry. Cannot curse. I think so. Still. I need to put this here.
Okay, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna let Azura. So, Dunedain, just have a good night, man. Because if I'm here, Azura's prone to.
No, it's okay. I cannot curse.
So,
I work in hospitals as well, so it's.
good
it's
luck,
fine.
and we'll talk later.
It's good.
I'm
Thanks
not
for
gonna stay
joining.
here long. I just want to say, dude, when that happens, just ask, put your pet to act the other guy that's attacking you. Don't attack it.
The
Just
thing is, my pet
let your
had
pet.
like 5% health left.
Okay, I didn't notice that, but still, with that win clip, which you should have already. I don't know where.
Yeah, I think the problem is my axe skill is probably really low.
Uh,
Yeah, it's 100. It's kind of low.
Still, win clip is your to-go move. You win clip everything you tap target. You win clip, and you. That's it. That's why Hunter is good because you just can kite a lot of guys because win clip doesn't have a cooldown, so you can spam win clip.
Some high skill hunter tips get here live
Yeah,
on
it is.
stream. It's
It
awesome.
is.
No joke
And
though.
it's just
Your damage is really high always in raids. So
oh,
you prove hunters can do some decent damage.
thank you so much. I'm not alone there. It's hard to fight off or to battle off Lee or Fury in a cave.
Yeah, our hunters do some very good
Yeah,
damage.
there's a lot of competition in the hunters. That's for sure. In a healthy but there's always a good vibe within the hunters. So I like.
I need to get closer.
But you need to have wing clip. For the record, I have my wing clip on 3. I like wing clip so much. It's so important to have it on a very good point.
You know what's a strange thing actually? I used to make those lists when a new expansion came out or when I want to make a new character where I rank all the classes for a couple of days and then I make an average number and I decide based on that list which class I play. And since actual release of Classic, since the very first day, Hunter has been on top of that list, but it's always been on second place, and I never ended up with a Hunter higher than level 40. 40 is actually the highest Hunter I ever had, and it's always been in my top 2 want to play classes. So, and now again, I was deciding for Classic between Paladin and Hunter, decided on Paladin, and now I'm
think you did
deciding...
well.
Sorry?
I think you did well. Paladins are a unique class.
They are, and I'm really happy with my Paladin, but it's kind of sad though. It's been 15 years since I wanted to play a Hunter, and every expansion again, every time I make a new character and make an alt or a new main, every time again I consider Hunter, and it never actually happened. And now again I'm making an alt, and I'm deciding between Hunter and Rogue. I started with the Hunter, and I'm leaning towards Rogue now, and it's so sad, man. I should really probably commit
Well,
to Hunter.
hunters are fun. Especially, I wanted to play Hunter in Classic because you can one shot. And on other expansions, it's a little bit. Everything is a little bit more balanced. But you can literally kill Clothy with one aim shot.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes I'm farming herbs. I see a warlock, full gear, MC geared. I scatter him while he's in the mount. I can kill him before by the when the scatter ends with one aim shot / auto shot, which will always follow an aim shot. And there's power in it. Rogue, either your ambush spec subtlety, like Andrew was saying, and you can burst a guy down, or there's always a lot of gymnastics to kill a guy. Hunter, you just press a button. If it crits, you just explode the guy.
Honestly, Hunter seems to me personally one of the more interesting PvP classes. And people say
it's power.
Yeah, I think so too. People say it can be annoying to play in PvP, but it seems really fun in my opinion in PvP. But also in PvP. In PvE, I mean.
PvP, it's like you can almost get mocked if you don't play it well, because a mage can be in the on their dead zone and is like laughing at you because you're looking at him and you have all that gear, all those skills, and either you have a grenade or scatter shot, you cannot do anything to him. Or okay, trinket or free action potion, etc. Obviously, but it can be very frustrating not to be able to attack a guy if he knows what he's doing. But the same can be said about warriors, can be said about a lot of abilities. Rogues can be kited easily if they don't know what they're doing.
The thing though is,
So that's why PvP. A lot of people are deterred, go other thing than hunter because they think about the dead.
one of the things with this TBC announcement now is
What announcement?
well,
I don't
announcement.
understand.
It's kind of a semi-announcement, I guess. It's a Blizzard survey, so they don't do that unless they at least have plans.
Because there was already a hype. They know the community is just talking about TBC. They assume TBC is coming. I still would like a different path.
They're probably working on it already, so for probably a year, maybe. But anyway, the thing is, if they would just release fresh classic servers and no TBC after Nax, then I would definitely 100% roll a hunter. That was
I
the
don't
initial
know.
plan.
I don't think they'll reset classic. You
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. So
I
basically a
don't think
new
they'll do it.
new fresh
I don't-
reset class.
I don't think they'll do it. I don't
I
think
think
they'll do
they
that.
might though still together with BC, but the survey
Okay,
doesn't
maybe.
doesn't show anything like that. But anyway, if they, that was the only option, I would definitely 100% go hunter and have a new experience with a new class. But now they kind of seem to have decided on the Burning Crusade, which I really like, by the way. Hunter is again on the second spot, man. I'm so tempted to go Paladin in BC again. And
Actually, winking my eye. I know I talked about the Shaman enhancement because I have very fond memories, especially of Wrath of Lich King of my. But I think I was thinking that I'm just so focused on the Shaman in Wrath of Lich King that I forget that it's not the same Shaman in the Burning Crusade. So they won't have the things that I like in the Wrath of Lich King build, like Maelstrom Weapon, etc. So I'm actually curious about Paladin as well, Hetri Paladin, because he gets the boost that he deserves in Classic. You get the tier sets. It's more viable to play Hetri
It
than.
is. It is. It's still if you compare it with Wrath of the Lich King. In Wrath of the Lich King, you get Whirlwind.
The Divine Storm,
Yeah,
right?
Divine Storm thing, which is basically an extra attack. So now in BC, you obviously get the Crusader Strike, which is really a good addition. But it's only Crusader Strike and a new seal. So if you don't like the vanilla playstyle, I don't think you'll like the BC playstyle. So the only thing
I never played Paladin. I think I understand a bit the concept of Paladin, but I never truly played a Paladin. I played Shaman until with RNG, with Wind Fury Weapon, etc.
I think contrary to popular belief, Paladin is actually a really complex class. Even though it's usually just people meme a lot about auto attacking with the Paladin, but I think you can really do a lot of interesting things. And your
Shaman enhancements have 1 milli. Most of the time, had 1 milli skill, which was Storm Strike. Granted, they had.
but
spell.
Shaman is the same deal though. You have
It is.
so many passive spells and passive abilities and passive buffs and stuff. But
Exactly.
it's a lot of work to figure out what's actually the right thing to use in the right situation. And yeah, one of the things is though vanilla WoW is totally theory crafted, so you can just look it up and that takes away a little bit of the complexity and the fun. So that turns it into a bit of an auto attacking meme class right now. But I think in Burning Crusade, where things are a little bit less theory crafted, I would hope that adds a whole new dimension to paladins and shamans again, where you really can start theory crafting again yourself and test things in damage meters and just have a go at the different seals, see how they perform.
That's why I prefer Classic Plus, because going through the same routes as we did 15 years ago, there's a little bit of a redundancy to it. I think starting off with Classic made perfect sense because everybody was always talking about Classic. So Blizzard said, "Fine, here's Classic on the platter."
I think
Okay.
I agree with that, to be honest.
And just learn from Classic, learn from TBC, and have two parallel universes: the retail one and a different option, a different type of game on Classic Plus.
The question is though, what is
But
Classic Plus? For certain people, Classic Plus is a whole new content thing. For me, um,
it's what they were promised, or the community thought they were gonna have with Classic, and then the Burning Crusade came instead. So Ashbringers, going more for the Scarlet Pips over at Eastern Plaguelands, Hajal, things like people thought there would be a follow up to a lot of the things in Classic, and it didn't come because the Burning Crusade came. It was Legion fighting off the Legion invasion and whatnot,
I think what
and things got lost in translation. Things like a lot of things got turned into myth. Ashbringer turned into myth. Like there could be the next legendary uh, around the corner in Classic Plus. Things like that. I think there were so much things that were like indirectly promised back in the day,
mhm.
and it just went a different route. And I thought they could just go back to it and
But for me, Classic
do
Plus could also just be the Classic we have now, but with active meta changes and active balance updates. I'm not saying they
exact.
should buff Retribution or something like that. Not
They
something
should buff.
silly.
I'm saying they should buff Retribution.
Yeah, but they
They
shouldn't change it. They shouldn't add new spells. They shouldn't make it the top tier DPS class. That's not what
they
I'm
should
asking.
polish. They could polish Classic like they did
Yeah,
with the Burning
I think
Crusade.
so.
Like
But then they
my
have
thing.
to. I think so too. But then they have to buff the raid content in order to not make it even more dull
Exactly,
than it
but yeah,
already is.
new raids, new mechanics.
Not
Uh,
necessarily new raids. They can use the old ones and just buff them a little bit. That would be Classic Plus, which I would really enjoy, to be honest. If that's Classic Plus, that could
a
also
polished
just be
version
Classic.
of Classic. But I want people want new content. I'm not saying level 70. I could be level
Mhm.
60 still.
Yeah,
Just
they
new
can definitely
tiers,
do that, but
just new tiers of gear, and
there's a
it's
lot of things
doable.
they could do with Classic Plus, honestly.
Exactly. So it would be a gamble. Jelly said this. I already told you this. Like it's a lot cheaper just to do the Burning Crusade, and people loved the Burning Crusade. A lot of people loved it. I didn't like resilience gear. That was just me, even though it made sense for arena play. And I don't like flame mounts because it ruined world PvP and world dynamic. I find so at the burning crusade without resilience and flame mounts, I'll be very happy. Obviously, not gonna happen.
Nope, don't think so. Go attack.
Yeah, you need a very good bind for the pet.
I have
I
it
use the
on Alt 1.
controls. I have control one, control two to
That's Alt
bring
1,
it back.
it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. So you need to be very fast with the pet because sometimes you need to tap target and the pet needs to attack three guys. So all the guys are on the pet. So you must taunt the pet, must ask the pet to taunt, order the pets to taunt the three guys before anything, and then kill them quick because your pet is not immortal.
So where do you get the ghoul fangs again?
That's why you download Questy.
No. That's cheating, man.
But I was saying, by the way, what I was saying about Questy is like I agree with you. It's so easy that you don't even think about. Well, I used Google Maps as an example. Sometimes you need to go to a place and you follow Google Maps, and by the time okay, I'm here. How did I get here? Because you're so looking at the smartphone or Google telling you what to do, where to go, that you don't even process how many times you turn right and you turn left, what street you're on. I think Quest is a bit the same. You just follow the arrow, and how did I? Okay, like it cuts off a bit the immersion of the world. I can
Yeah,
understand.
that's exactly why I don't use it. These are
So,
literally the only add-ons I use. It's Item Rack, Deadly Boss Mods, and Atlas Loot. And
well,
Recount.
a
Recount.
bartender wouldn't hurt for just for binding, just for
It's not
binds.
needed though.
Yeah, Not near, but binds makes it easier, man. It's
But everything is bound.
Hey there.
just for the easy, just easy to just put. I want this skill to be on this part, and it's easier just to put
Safe
binds
travel.
on the right skill, or the right bind on the right skill. Anyway,
So the
that's why I like
gold
what the-
fangs are disrupting those. They probably are. They seem to be things that could be considered goals. So I really wonder
I need a target.
why is there no one watching YouTube and everyone on Twitch?
it's like Twitch is the hub, right? Like why doesn't Shroud have the viewers he has on Mixer that he have on Twitch, right? People just
Yeah, but I would assume people seeing on YouTube if I'm live that they come
I think
join on YouTube.
YouTube got late to the party, and I don't know why.
That's still recharging.
True.
All that money, they could have
Most people
destroyed
probably
Twitch.
asleep though.
Still, I think Twitch and Mixer were gonna have a hard time trying to battle off.
Wait, you think Twitch is going to have a hard time battle off YouTube?
No, Mixer is gonna have
Oh, Mixer. Yeah,
Mixer
Mixer.
and YouTube.
But
I don't know if I have a tough time destroying what Twitch has built.
I tried the Mixer thing and well, it's not. It's
And
not
I
so
think they were
easy.
struggling. And I think they were struggling as a company as well. I heard.
It's pretty
I
hard
read it
to
not-
build up on Mixer, honestly.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I have not even been on Mixer for ages. I don't even know how Ninja or Shroud are doing, to be fair. And the others, obviously.
The drop chance on those gold fangs is pretty low, it seems.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
By the way, what build are you on? Beastmaster?
Yeah.
That's still
I don't know if
recharging.
it's the most optimal the way I did it, but I like it this way. So I put 5 in health of the pit and 2 in aspect of the hawk. I really like aspect of the hawk though,
I
but
don't have a target.
I think the tick height is better, so I just try to make my pet a little bit beefy and then add what I need in improved aspect of the hawk. Then I think bestial swiftness is really good and pathfinder is really good. So I put what I had left here.
I think I always think you should really save for the end talent. So just go quickly to Bestial Wrath as possible. I find Bestial Wrath is king.
Oh yeah, but that's the goal though.
Also, I would really invest on the one you just put on improved revive or whatever it's called. You want that.
Why?
You want improved revive because in mid fight you can bring the pets. It's very cool that talent,
I
You're-
never looked at it that way.
and your quality of life just improves dramatically leveling
I see.
if you have that talent.
Well,
Because you can die. Your pet is tanking 3 guys. You kill 2 of them. You can win clip. You can rest the pet real quick, and the pet is back on the. It's a lot of seconds that talent gives you.
I never used it, but now you say it, it's one of those talents that you just
I would
don't see the
save.
value of immediately.
I wouldn't wait. It's a must. Like some of your hunters in the guilds use it in raids. I don't, and I sometimes regret it because otherwise it's a lot of mana you waste rushing him back, which takes you out of the fight because you won't have mana, and it takes a long time to rush. It's the best quality of life talent you probably have in that.
I will consider it.
Honestly, I consider it resets. your talents and really just save as
No,
much talent points for bestial ref.
I'm not going to do that. It's
It's
just
cheap.
casual leveling, honestly. For all I know, I could have gone marksmanship and had fun with
In a way, I did it. I went marksmanship a lot sooner than I should because I started. I think it was in Scarlet Monastery because I wanted to level in Scarlet Monastery. I wanted to go marksmanship, and I did. Then I went once more to Beast Mastery for a few levels, and then by the time I was in BRD, I just did instances in marksmanship. But I wanted marksmanship. I don't really like Beast Mastery.
Me neither, but yeah, it's pretty good. And
Yeah, it is.
honestly, while leveling, I kind of like it though. I like having a stronger pet than
There's that
this
thing
one's
where
good.
you go to
Intimidation.
Faralas and you kill the hippogriffs. You just farm the hippogriffs, right? You don't even do quests, pretty much. You could do the quests in Faralas, but then you just kill hippogriffs. I did that for a bit for some levels, so I had to go Beast Mastery because otherwise you just steal the aggro from your pet in 2 arrows, and you're always guarding, and it's not productive. But for me, it's all about markman and those aim shot crits.
The plan for now is to take intimidation first, and then bestial
Intimidation.
discipline,
Yes.
and then I think I will add 2 more in Unleashed Fury, so I can go to Frenzy and then
Yeah,
bestial.
unleash fury, frenzy, and the focus. All those in the right, all those talents in the right are a must. The one in the left, the spiritual bonds, it's
It's
optional.
decent, I think. But
A lot of hunters use it, and it's good. But I actually didn't go for. I didn't go because then I wanted to invest on marksmanship through
it will be
with or
interesting.
without aim shot.
Since I
Don't need
never
aim shot.
go on.
No, I just say don't really need aim shot because if you have aim shot, you really need to focus on slow bows or guns or crossbows. If not, if you're just beast mastery without aim shot, you can just get whatever bow. You can have a fast bow. It doesn't really matter. Your multi shot won't be as strong, but doesn't really matter. If you have aim shots, you need a slow weapon to maximize its damage. But just beast but those rights talents in the ref bestial mastery beast mastery 3 are a must. The folk, the frenzy, etc.
Since I never went past level 40, the only thing I did with Hunter is Beast Mastery up to Bestial Red. So it will be interesting to check out some of the other talents. One thing I dislike with Hunters are the talent trees, to be honest. I think they are one of the worst in vanilla. That's the
They need work, I do agree, but there's worse.
I just don't like him. I don't think you have a lot of choice, and yeah, pretty much all other talent trees do offer some kind of choice and uniqueness and variety, and this doesn't really do it for me. That's the one minor, yeah, probably a minor thing, but
Survival is interesting. Survival gives you a
think
bit
so?
of
I think
choice.
it's
At the moment,
just kind of crap, to be honest. The only interesting thing is this lightning reflexes, and everything else seems shitty.
for PvP, it's always a lot of interesting things there. Improved wing clip. What I told you when you have a lot of mobs on you, you tap target wing clip. Some of them won't be slowed. Some of them will be rooted, which is a godsend as well. Improved wing clip on the second row
I see.
is interesting.
Yeah,
Being
maybe it's
parry is
interesting later on. But I feel like you said, Beast Mastery, it's not really that engaging, it's not really that interesting at all, and Survival is kind of crappy, so you're basically left with Marksmanship, which is a really, really cool tree. I really like Marksmanship. Lots of interesting stuff.
I'm all about marksmanship, to be fair. I doubt I'll go full survival.
I love marksmanship in every expansion. If I have to choose a tree, it's marksmanship all all the way.
I,
But
I wasn't playing. I wasn't playing Hunter at the time, but I really like when I don't even remember what expansion when they put a marksmanship without the pets, so you do
yeah,
more
lone
damage,
wolf
but you
talent.
don't have a pet. I always wanted that from the start.
Same.
Like if you're marksmanship, you're just a hunter and it's bow without
Yeah,
a pet.
same. I definitely missed that option.
But it's not viable in classic, especially with the dead zone. Right?
Yeah, still, I really miss that option, and it should be an option, and it isn't. I think there's so much interesting things you can do with the hunter talent trees, and that's kind of the only missed opportunity I feel. The thing is, I'm used to play hybrid classes. I always played hybrid classes, and with hybrid classes, you also don't really have a choice in the talent trees, because you choose a role, and the role decides the talent tree, right?
Yeah, I understand.
Paladin is maybe a little bit different there, because in Paladin you can do some kind of weird hybrid things within the talent trees, which make it, in my opinion, one of the most interesting talent trees in the entirety of vanilla. But one of the benefits you have when you play a pure DPS class like Rogue, Hunter, Mage, Warlock is you have multiple trees to choose from. I really enjoy that feature of playing a DPS
I agree,
class.
but classic also removes that in a way. Like if you go mage, you're forced to go frost in the first
True,
raid.
but later on you still have fire, and the
Yeah,
arcane
but then
tree is
you
interesting.
have to go. Yeah, you have to go fire then because fire will do more damage. It's like
I guess so,
the,
but it changes up at least.
yeah, it does. I agree, but it's like I want to be fired. You can't because the first two raids are fire.
That's true.
So
That's true.
they're immune or they'll resist. It's like it takes
But
away.
it's still good. It's better in the Burning Crusade, which is why I like the Burning
Yeah,
Crusade
yeah,
a lot. But in vanilla, I and probably in many expansions, I like the rogue talent trees. I think they're all kind of interesting, and I feel like you really have a choice there, even though most rogues just are combating raids if you want to be the highest in damage. But still, it feels like all trees definitely have something to offer. And yeah, I think Hunter lacks a little bit in that department. So, but it just, yeah, the gameplay of
But-
Hunter is cool though.
I do agree with you. What you said about Burning Crusade, I like how they just even all the specs a little bit more, and you can choose whatever you like.
Hmm.
Shaman, you can enhancement is viable, feral is viable.
That's the best part of Burning Crusade.
Yeah,
It adds
for
so
sure.
much flavor. It adds so much more content to
The,
your game too.
the classes just multiplied. The classes you could play with.
Yeah, but you basically have triple the amount of content because you can do it in a different spec.
Exactly.
It's insanely interesting.
Like you want to go feral, truly you need specific pieces of raid gear, or you need PvP gear.
It's insane that they
upgrade.
deleted talent trees though in retail, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of the
I
most-
don't identify. I didn't play these last expansions. Last 4 or 5 expansions, I just tried them a little bit, and not even just Legion mostly. I didn't play Pandaria. I didn't play Draenor. I didn't play BFA. I knew it would be all the same.
So I played Mage in BFA, and I say now I played Mage. Actually, I played Frost Mage, and Frost Mage is it's not Mage, it's Frost Mage. You're not Arcane, you're not Fire, you're nothing like that. You're just Frost. On the other hand, if you switch, because I tried it, if you switch to Fire, for example, your spells change from color. But that's basically it. Your rotation is probably a little bit different. You have to smash buttons in different order, but you're still smashing buttons in a rotation, and things proc from each other, and the feeling doesn't really change. So even though they try to make all specs being entirely different from each other with different spells and stuff, they end up being exactly the same. That's a shame. There's so much potential in the class design and talent design and specific specializations, and it just just a colory scheme, right?
I think Matt season his last clip. I
Oh
like
yeah,
Matt. And I do-
very good video.
Yeah, I'm a fan
He's
of the
insane,
guy.
man. He's the best. He's the best on YouTube.
Me and most of WoW community is a fan of the guy.
Yeah.
And what he said about the gear, like it's just stats, and you don't even what he
Oh
said
yeah.
that he can say by heart. What I really memorized from the clip, I know by heart my warrior in classic what he's wearing his gear.
Hmm.
I don't know what my priest is using in retail.
That's so true.
I couldn't tell you the
That's
gear.
so true. And the way he said it, I didn't even realize it was that way. You had the two main stats and then two off stats, and I didn't even realize it, but I knew the gear was dull and boring. And the way he said it, it all made sense. And I thought, well,
Yeah,
that's just some
I
lazy
put the
ass
finger on the
design.
wound. Yeah, you put the finger on the wound clearly.
Yeah. Let's see. Think I'm just gonna deliver a few quests and call it there. It's getting a little bit late now.
I'll see if I'll catch up with Andoril and like as his alt.
What
They,
level are
they
they?
are they are. I'm level 50 now. They're already 53. That was the same level as Andoril most of the level 4, and they just took off.
I can't keep up with those guys, man.
Yeah, man, it's hard.
But yeah, leveling two alts at the same time now. But
Yeah,
I'm having fun leveling them. I have a main character which I played a lot, and that's fine, man. The,
Just a quick question: how's your red gear?
my red gear.
Yeah.
Help.
Well, I had to talk with Juno Jelly about what is actually good red gear, and apparently tier sets are pretty good, especially tier 2. But tier 1 is decent, I guess. It's if I have 5-6 pieces tier 1 to maybe 3 pieces tier 2, so that's decent. I have Obsidian Edge Blade now since last trade, which is good.
I didn't even notice you got it.
Yeah, got it. No one wanted it. Got it for 5 DKP. So
I actually admire that on you. A lot of guild leaders like to take the initiative with gear.
oh yeah,
You are quite the opposite. I admire that. The way
thanks.
you let your guildies, be happy, and then you take
You need
when
something?
Well, you get it
when you can.
eventually.
See you later.
Exactly. As a guild leader, it's
Good to
a
you.
good quality to have. I gotta.
Thanks.
But you could be a little bit more greedy as well. I gotta say.
Maybe not.
I still admire.
I kind of start to lag a little bit behind on the holy gear, to be honest. But it all depends on when things start to drop. So if this week 2 or 3 items drop that I need and I can get them, then I'm right up there again. So I think it will be all right.
See you around.
Right. I think I'm gonna log out here. So it's been a good talk, man. It's been
Yeah.
fun. Thanks everyone for watching, and I see I have a new subscriber or subscriber on YouTube, which is cool. Thanks. So yeah, gonna end the stream here. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow, I guess. Tomorrow hardcore leveling will be fun. Bye bye.
Bye bye.